The Lord your God, am telling you now, I have never lost sight of you for a single moment. Your name is still on heaven's active list. Every breath you take, every tear that falls, every whisper you make when no one is around has been heard and recorded. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not rejected by me. I have sent this message to reach you in the very place where you feel most alone, so you will know that even there, I am with you. Archangel Michael stands as a witness to your journey. He has watched battles you did not see and has stood between you and attacks you never knew were aimed at you. When you wanted to give up, when you felt you were one step away from breaking beyond repair, there were moments where invisible strength rose inside you and you got through another day. That was not an accident. That was my hand, my mercy, and my angels guarding you. You thought you survived because you are strong, but there were days you survived because I carried you. You felt abandoned, but heaven has been actively moving around your life, even when you saw nothing with your eyes. You have said in your heart, maybe God is too busy for me. Maybe heaven has moved on. Maybe my name is somewhere at the bottom of a long list. But I am telling you, your name is not buried, lost, or ignored. Your name is engraved where it cannot be erased. When you thought your file in heaven was closed, I was still turning pages, still writing, still planning, still aligning things you cannot imagine yet. When you thought, no one checks on me, my love was checking on your heart every single day. You are not a forgotten chapter. You are a story still being written, and the author has not put down the pen. There were days when you looked at others and asked, why them, and not me? Why do their prayers seem to move mountains while mine sit in silence? You have compared your journey, your waiting, your pain, and it made you feel smaller. But I say to you, beloved, your path is unique, your timing is tailored, and your battles are forming something inside you that quick blessings could never build. The delay has not been a punishment, it has been a shaping. Your waiting has been a furnace, not to destroy you, but to refine you. What you thought was neglect was a deep work in the unseen layers of your soul. You have cried, God, did you forget what you told me? Did you forget what you showed me? Did you forget the dreams, the desires, the promises I held onto for so long? No, I did not forget. I cannot forget what I myself have spoken. I cannot forget what I planted inside you. I cannot forget the tears you cried over what you believed in. Humans forget, people change their minds, feelings fade, but I am not human. I do not forget the seeds of faith that you watered with your tears. I do not forget the nights you stayed faithful when it would have been easier to walk away from me. Your loyalty in secret is written in heaven with a permanent ink. There were moments when you felt like you were standing at the back of a long line, watching others be called forward, watching others receive good news, celebration, promotion, love, restoration, while you held your ticket silently and wondered if your turn would ever come. You even contemplated walking away from the line completely, thinking, maybe this wasn't for me. Maybe I misheard. Maybe I am not chosen. But I am telling you now, your turn did not vanish. Your turn was not cancelled. The line in heaven does not work like the lines on earth. There are shifts no human eye can see. There are unexpected accelerations. There are moments when I call someone from the back and bring them straight to the front. You are still in my plan, still in my order, still in my timing. Archangel Michael says to you, you think you've been forgotten, but your name is still on heaven's active list. Do you know what that means, my child? It means the requests concerning your life are not archived or deleted. The petitions made on your behalf are not closed. The angelic assignments connected to your name are not expired. The plan to heal your heart, to restore your joy, to realign your path, to break the cycles that have held you down is not abandoned. It is active. Heaven is not a silent office with piles of unanswered prayers, it is a living movement, a divine system always flowing, always working, always watching, and your life is under that watchful care. You have faced seasons where people walked away, turned cold, or stopped checking on you. Their silence cut you deeply, and you interpreted their absence as proof that you don't matter. But hear me, human absence is not divine absence. People may forget your birthday, your struggles, your messages, your needs, but I do not. People may grow tired of repeating the same encouragements, but I never grow tired of loving you, lifting you, and calling you forward. When others stopped calling your name, I kept whispering it over your life, over your future, over your destiny. My remembrance of you is not casual, it is constant. There is a heaviness you have carried in your chest, like a stone of disappointment. You learned how to smile with it, function with it, move through your days with it, but you never truly felt free. You adjusted to emptiness and called it normal. You adapted to heartbreak and called it life. You taught yourself to expect less so you wouldn't be hurt by high hopes again. But I, your God, never called you to survive like this forever. I did not create you to live numb, only half alive. Heaven's active list for your name does not only include financial help or physical blessings. It includes deep emotional healing, restoration of trust, new joy, new laughter, new reasons to wake up with expectation instead of dread. You have done more fighting than resting. Your mind has been a battlefield where doubts, fears, and accusations clash day and night. You have questioned your value, your worth, your purpose, your future. You have replayed painful memories like a movie that refuses to end, and the enemy has used those memories to tell you lies. You are forgotten. You are replaceable. You are not worth a miracle. But I say to you, my beloved, your worth is not based on who stayed or who left, on what you achieved or failed at. Your worth is anchored in me. It is settled, unshaken, and unquestionable. Heaven's list is not built on human opinion, it is built on my love. When you broke silently and no one noticed, I noticed. When your hands were shaking and you hid them, I saw. When you forced yourself to keep going, to take care of others, to act strong even though you were internally collapsing, my heart was moved. You thought you were unseen, but every small act of courage you performed in the dark was illuminated in heaven. Archangel Michael and the hosts of heaven have watched you survive storms that would have drowned others. You have not been weak, you have been warrior-hearted, even when you felt fragile. I honor that endurance, and I will not let it be for nothing. There were days your faith felt like a tiny, flickering candle, barely surviving the wind of your circumstances. You thought, I don't have great faith. I'm not like those strong believers. I doubt, I cry, I break. But I tell you, I never demanded perfect faith from you. I saw your trembling yet choosing to trust, you're broken yet trying to believe, you're exhausted yet refusing to completely let me go. That small, flickering light, held onto through disappointment, is precious to me. I can work with that. I can breathe on that. I can turn that small flame into a burning fire again. You have misinterpreted silence as absence, but sometimes my silence has been a shield. There were answers you wanted immediately that would have crushed you if I had given them too soon. There were doors you begged to walk through that would have exposed you to harm you were not ready to handle. There were connections you wanted that looked beautiful on the outside but carried hidden traps inside them. You called it rejection, but heaven called it protection. You called it delay, but heaven called it detox, cleansing your path of what would have sabotaged your future. While you were frustrated, I was filtering. While you were doubting, I was defending you in unseen ways. Archangel Michael has stood in front of you when accusation came, when spirits of fear tried to invade your mind, when old patterns tried to drag you backward. He has whispered strength into your atmosphere, nudged you to get up again, reminded your spirit that you are more than your past, more than your mistakes, more than your pain. You may not have heard his voice with your physical ears, but you felt those moments where hope suddenly rose within you for no logical reason. That was heaven touching your heart. Your name on heaven's active list means assignments are not over your life. There are still people you are meant to bless, places you are meant to go, moments you are meant to experience, love you are meant to receive and give, laughter that has not yet been heard from your mouth. Do not write the final chapter when I have not closed the book. You looked at your age, your situation, your resources, and tried to calculate what is still possible. But my calculations are different. I do not measure by age or logic, I measure by purpose. If you are still breathing, purpose is still moving. You have prayed, just give me a sign that you haven't abandoned me. This message is a sign. The words you are reading now are not random, not accidental, not coincidence. I am using this very moment to lean into your world and tell you, I see you, I know you, I remember you, I am not finished with you. When your thoughts tell you, nothing is happening, answer them with this truth: heaven still has my name on its list. My life is not forgotten. My prayers are not dust. My pain is not ignored. My future is not empty. I have seen how deeply you have been wounded by betrayal. Someone you trusted, someone you lifted, someone you defended or loved did not treat your heart with respect. They broke your trust, and the crack it left inside you made it hard to trust anyone else, including me. You did not only lose a person, you lost a sense of safety. Since then, you have held yourself differently. You hesitate to open up. You expect disappointment because you are tired of being the one who believes and ends up hurt. But listen, I am gentle with your heart. I do not handle you roughly. I do not play with your emotions. Every wound will be acknowledged. Every scar can be filled with my peace instead of constant fear. You thought some chapters of your life were wasted, years you wish you could erase, decisions you regret, relationships you wish never happened, moments you wish you could redo. But I am the God who can take what looks wasted and weave it into wisdom. I can take your lowest moments and turn them into the foundation of your future compassion, your future purpose, your future strength. Nothing is wasted in my hands, not even your mistakes, not even your pain. You are not just a victim of your past, you are a survivor being shaped into a vessel of deeper understanding and power. There are desires in your heart that you buried. You told yourself, it's too late, or maybe I was foolish to want that. Or maybe I don't deserve that level of joy. You lowered your expectations to avoid disappointment, but deep inside, those desires still breathe. I see them. I placed many of them there. Not every desire, but the deep ones that echo my heart for you, those are not foolish fantasies, they are seeds waiting for their season. When heaven keeps your name active, it means your desires are not ignored. They are being filtered, timed, matured, and aligned with the greater plan for your life. Archangel Michael says to your spirit, lift your head again. You have walked with your head down, heart heavy, shoulders burdened as if your story is already concluded. But I, your God, tell you to lift your eyes. Not just physically but spiritually. There is more ahead than you have seen behind. You are not walking toward emptiness, you are walking toward appointments you don't know about yet. Some of the greatest surprises of your life have not yet unfolded. Do not bury yourself alive in hopelessness when heaven has plans with your name written on them. Your name on heaven's active list also means that your battles matter. The issues you face are not boring to me. I do not roll my eyes at your struggles. Whether they seem small or large, temporary or long-term, I care. There is no prayer of yours that is too small to be heard. There is no detail of your life that is beneath my attention. The enemy wants you to think that your life is insignificant, that your existence barely makes a difference. But do you realize how many times your presence has changed the atmosphere around you? How many times your kindness, your smile, your words have been a lifeline for someone else? Even when you felt empty, you still gave. I saw it. I remember it. I am proud of you, even though you have struggled. I am proud of your decision to keep living. I am proud of the way you got back up after heartbreaks, after disappointments, after failures. I am proud of you for not becoming as cruel as what hurt you. I am proud of you for maintaining a soft heart in a harsh world, even though it made you a target at times. You thought your softness was a weakness, but in my eyes, it is a reflection of my heart. Heaven's list is not a list of perfect people, it is a list of those I love, those I have chosen, those I am shaping, and you are included. There are blessings moving toward you that are not just material. Yes, I know your practical needs, and I am not blind to them, but I am also working to bless you internally, peace where there has been constant anxiety, stability where there has been chaos, clarity where confusion has tormented you, healthy connections where you've known only toxicity or indifference. I am preparing safe spaces for you, environments where your soul can breathe without feeling like it must always be on guard. You have lived in survival mode for too long. I am calling you into a new kind of living. You have asked, why has it taken so long? There are reasons you may never fully understand on earth, but there is one truth you can hold: the timing is not punishment, it is precision. Things are being aligned behind the scenes, inside you, around you, and ahead of you. What you lost did not leave me unprepared. What surprised you did not surprise me. I have already woven into your future pathways of recovery, doors of opportunity, and people who will honor what others mishandled. Do not assume that because you don't see movement, nothing is moving. The most important roots grow underground before the plant is seen. Archangel Michael has been urging you not to give up, not to throw away your hope, not to shut down your spirit completely. He has seen the heaviness pressing against you, and he has been fighting for your mind, your heart, your sense of purpose. You may feel like heaven has been silent, but battle has been raging in your favor in the invisible realm. When your strength ran out, angelic strength raised you. When your mind was close to breaking, a calm came. Those were not accidents. They were interventions. You have not been easy on yourself. You have spoken harshly to your own soul. You have blamed yourself for things you could not control, and you have carried shame that was never meant to belong to you. I speak over you now, release that shame. It does not belong in a heart I created with love. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to forgive yourself. You are allowed to step forward without constantly dragging the chains of regret behind you. I do not call you by your worst moments. I call you by your true name, the name that heaven knows. Your journey has not been neat. It has been messy, unpredictable, and painful at times. But it has also been full of small miracles, hidden rescues, and quiet mercies that you may have forgotten but I never did. Every time you said, "I can't do this," and somehow you did, that was grace. Every time you felt crushed and somehow stood again, that was grace. Every time you were on the edge and something or someone pulled you back, that was grace. All of this testifies that your story is not accidental. You are preserved for a reason, my child. Do not treat this message like just another text to scroll past. This is me leaning close to your heart, reminding you that you are still in my hands, in my plan, under my watch. Don't leave these words unread in your spirit. Let them sink deep. Let them confront the lies that have been whispering to you. Let them soothe the part of you that has felt dropped and abandoned. Let them awaken the courage that life tried to extinguish inside you. You think you've been forgotten, but you haven't. You think your name is lost in a sea of millions, but in my heart, your name is distinct, known, cherished. Heaven's active list is not a cold document, it is alive with love, purpose, and intention. Your name is there, not as an afterthought, but as a priority. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time for what I am building in you. Hold on to me. Even when you don't understand, hold on. Even when you are tired, hold on. Even when you feel like nothing is changing, remember, heaven is still working with your name. Archangel Michael is still standing guard. Angels are still moving at my command. Your life is not invisible. Your tears are not wasted. Your future is not empty. You are mine, and I am not finished with you. Rest in this. You are remembered, you are seen, you are loved, and your name is still being spoken in heaven with honor, with tenderness, and with hope that have been forgotten, passed over, left behind while others are seen, chosen, celebrated. You have wondered in the quiet corners of your heart if heaven still remembers your name at all. Hear me now, your name is still on heaven's active list. It has never been removed, never been pushed aside, never been lost in the crowd. I, the Lord your God, have carved you into my remembrance, and I do not forget what I create with love. You have looked at your life and seen delays, disappointments, and unanswered questions, and you have mistaken them for rejection. You have said in your thoughts, maybe I am not special. Maybe my time has passed. Maybe no one sees me anymore. But I say to you today, Every season that felt like silence was actually me working in hidden places for your good. What you call forgotten, I call preparation. What you call empty, I call clearing space for something greater. Archangel Michael stands beside you even now, whispering into your spirit, you think you've been forgotten, but you are still on heaven's active list. This is not just a sentence, it is a decree over your life. You are still in process. You are still in my plan. You are still counted. Still guarded, still loved beyond measure. Heaven has not stopped tracking your tears, your efforts, your sacrifices, your longing. Every breath you take is noticed. Every step you make is seen. There were nights when you cried quietly so that no one would hear, when your pillow carried your secrets and your heart felt like it might shatter from the weight of disappointment. You asked me, why does it feel like nothing is moving for me? Why does it feel like I'm invisible? Listen, not one tear you cried disappeared into nothing. They were all collected, all recorded, all answered in ways you can't yet see. Heaven does not waste pain. Heaven recycles it into purpose. You have compared yourself to others. Seeing them walk through open doors while it felt like you were stuck outside in the cold hallway of waiting. You felt like your name was not called, like you were always the one after the one chosen. But your story is not written by comparison. There is a timing, a sequence, a divine order unique to you, and I will not rush what I know must unfold slowly to become strong. What I am building in you must last, and what lasts is never built in a hurry. There are seasons when I hide you, not because I am ashamed of you, but because I am protecting what I am forming within you. There were times you felt like doors slammed in your face, but I was closing them gently before they could become traps. You thought you were being rejected. In reality, you were being redirected. You felt you were being ignored. In reality, I was escorting you away from what would have harmed you later. Do not misread my protection as neglect. Archangel Michael has watched you question your worth. He has seen the moments you wanted to give up on yourself, to abandon your dreams, to agree with the lies that say, you are not enough. Yet heaven did not agree with those lies. Your name remained lit up on heaven's list, glowing with purpose, marked with destiny. You may have doubted yourself, but heaven never doubted the one I created you to be. Your identity has never shifted in my sight, even when your emotions made you feel unworthy. There were opportunities you thought you lost forever, relationships that broke, places you had to leave, and doors that closed without explanation. You replayed them in your mind and said, if only I had done more. If only I had been better. If only I were different. My child, I am not punishing you. I am guiding you. The roads that ended were never the only paths to your destiny. I am the God who makes new ways where there were none before. I am not limited to what you think you missed. You have feared that your prayers were too small, too broken, too repetitive. You have wondered if heaven got tired of hearing the same request from you. But your weak prayers still reach me. Your trembling hope still touches my heart. Your quiet faith, even when it feels like a whisper, is louder in heaven than you realize. When you could only say, "Help me," I heard it as a full conversation of trust. Your prayers did not fall to the ground, they rose into my presence and are still active even now. There is a record of you, not just of your mistakes and failures as you fear, but of your courage, your kindness, your hidden obedience. Every time you chose love when bitterness was easier, heaven saw. Every time you forgave when revenge felt justified, heaven saw. Every time you got up again after being knocked down, heaven saw. You think you are forgotten because you have not yet seen the full harvest of these seeds. But they are growing, even when underground growth is invisible. Archangel Michael has guarded you in moments you did not even know danger was near. There were battles you never saw, storms that never reached your door, accidents that never happened, attacks that were cancelled before they could form. You look at your life and see only the struggles that did arrive, but there were countless ones that didn't. That was not luck, that was protection. Your name on heaven's active list means you are constantly monitored, constantly defended, constantly surrounded. You have survived what you thought would break you. You walked through seasons where you said, "If one more thing happens, I cannot take it." Yet you are still here, reading these words. This is not an accident. There is a reason your story was not ended when you thought it would be. There is a purpose that has not yet fully unfolded. The enemy tried to convince you that you are insignificant, but if you were truly insignificant, such a fight over your life would not exist. My child, I have seen the way you keep going even when exhausted, the way you show up for others while feeling empty yourself, the way you carry your pain quietly so you won't burden anyone. I see the silent strength in you. I see the way your heart still wants to believe in good, even after disappointment. That desire to still hope is proof, the light inside you has not gone out. It flickered, it dimmed, but it never died. I preserved it with my own hands, gently cupping your spirit when you were at your weakest. You have said, "Maybe heaven forgot to send me a miracle. Maybe I am the exception. But I am not a careless God. I am not a distracted father. I do not misplace the ones I love. If I care for the smallest creatures on the earth, how much more do I care for you? Even in your confusion, you are held. Even in your anger, you are loved. Even in your questions, you are not disqualified. Your doubts do not remove your name from my list, your struggles do not cancel my plans. Archangel Michael is speaking to you now in the language of assurance, not fear. He is not here to terrify you, but to comfort you with truth. Heaven is not done with you. The page has not turned without you, the story has not jumped forward and left you behind. You are still part of what I am doing. You are still eligible for restoration, for breakthrough, for fresh joy, for peace that does not vanish with circumstances. You feel like time is running out, like you are too late for certain things, too old, too damaged, too delayed, too distracted. But I am not limited by your age, your past, or your timeline. I can restore what years have taken. I can redeem wasted seasons. I can bring beauty out of what looks like rubble. Nothing is beyond my reach, not even the most painful parts of your story. Your name remains on my list of those I am actively working in, reshaping, lifting, and leading. There are wounds you carry that you rarely talk about. The broken trust, the betrayal, the way people used your kindness, the way they misunderstood your heart. You learn to be strong, but that strength sometimes hides deep sorrow. I see that sorrow. I am not blind to the heaviness you carry. I do not demand that you pretend to be okay. I invite you to bring your not okay to me. In the secret spaces where you feel alone, I am there, not as a judge, but as a healer. Your life is not a random collection of pain and surprise. It is a journey I am guiding, even through storms you didn't ask for. You have a purpose that goes beyond what you do, beyond what others see, beyond what you have lost. You were designed to carry light, to reflect love, to bring comfort, to release encouragement, to stand as a sign that surviving is possible and restoration is real. Every time you choose to keep going, you become a living testimony. Even if you do not realize it, Archangel Michael continues to stand by you, not because you are perfect, but because you are deeply loved. Heaven invests in you because heaven believes in what I placed inside you. Others may have underestimated you, but I never do. You are not a mistake. You are not too much. You are not too little. You are exactly who I knew you would be at this moment. And I am still shaping you with patience and wisdom. You have feared that your dreams are foolish, that your desires are unrealistic, that your prayers are too big. But I gave you certain desires for a reason. I place dreams in your heart that align with your calling, not to mock you, but to guide you. The delay in fulfillment is not denial, it is alignment. I am aligning circumstances, people, opportunities, and your own heart so that when things arrive, you will be ready to carry them well. Do not despise the chapters that felt like waiting rooms. In those spaces, you learned resilience. You learned compassion. You learned what matters. You discovered that your worth is not in applause. Not in numbers, not in outward status, but in who you are when no one is watching. These are treasures that cannot be taken from you. They are part of why heaven still says, your name stays on the active list. Your process is not over. My child, I call you by your true identity, not by your past labels. You may call yourself broken, but I call you healing. You may call yourself behind, but I call you in progress. You may call yourself unworthy, but I call you deeply loved. You may call yourself forgotten, but I call you remembered, cherished, and chosen. My words over you are stronger than any words others spoke or any thoughts you replayed in pain. There were moments you did not feel my presence and assumed I had walked away. Understand this, my silence was never abandonment. Even when you could not feel me, I was stabilizing what was shaking around you, arranging help you did not yet see, softening hearts you hadn't met, and giving you strength you didn't realize came from me. The fact that you endured what you did is evidence that I was with you, even in the shadows. Archangel Michael has watched you stand at emotional crossroads, where you could have turned bitter but chose instead to keep a soft heart. Heaven honors that. Your tenderness is not weakness, it is a powerful reflection of my nature. Even when others mistook your gentleness for naivety, I saw it as courage. It is not easy to love after being hurt. Yet you still desire to love. That desire is precious to me. You wonder, but what now? What happens next? Hear me, next comes healing in deeper layers. Next comes clarity where confusion once ruled. Next comes strength where weakness once overshadowed you. Next comes opportunities that fit who I made you to be, not ones that require you to shrink or pretend. Next comes relationships that honor your heart, not exploit it. Next comes the unfolding of blessings you once thought were impossible for someone like you. I am not promising you a life without challenges, but I am assuring you of my presence in every challenge. I am assuring you that nothing you face will be faced alone. I am assuring you that even in moments of fear, you will have access to peace that does not make sense to your mind but will calm your heart. I am assuring you that you will look back one day and see that what felt like chaos was guiding you into a better alignment with who you truly are in me. Your name on heaven's active list means I know where you are, what you need, and who you are becoming. It means you are under continuous care. You are not abandoned to fate. You are not overlooked in the crowd. I see your specific journey, your specific history, your specific wounds, and your specific potential. I do not deal with you as a number, I deal with you as my beloved child. Archangel Michael is not just repeating empty words when he says, "Don't leave this message unread." He is echoing my invitation. Do not ignore the truth that you are loved, chosen, remembered, and still called. Do not walk away from this reminder and go back to the lie that you do not matter. Do not let your mind return to the belief that heaven has moved on without you. Let this message sink into the deepest places where hurt has hidden itself. Let it wash over the old conclusions you made about yourself in pain. You are allowed to rest in my love. You do not have to perform for my attention. You do not have to earn your place on heaven's list. You did not put your name there, I did. It is written not in pencil but in my own intention and desire for you. I am committed to finishing the work I began in you. I do not start stories I have no intention of completing. There will be moments soon where you sense a gentle nudge to move, to change something, to release something, to step forward, to speak up, to say yes, or to say no. These promptings are not random, they are part of the unfolding. When you feel peace in that nudge, follow it. When you sense alignment, lean into it. I will not force you, I will guide you. I will not shout over you, I will whisper to your heart and confirm my leading in ways you will recognize. You will begin to notice small signs of renewal, a lightness in your heart on days that used to feel heavy, a new idea that excites you. A connection that feels healthy, a moment of laughter where there used to be only sadness. Do not dismiss these small beginnings. Heaven often starts with little sparks that grow into flames. Your healing, your restoration, your next chapter will not always arrive in dramatic explosions. Many times, it will unfold in gentle steps. My child, forgive yourself for the times you think you failed me. I knew your weakness and still chose you. I saw your future mistakes and still called you mine. I am not surprised by where you struggle. I am not offended by your humanity. I hold you with compassion, not condemnation. Let go of the belief that you have ruined everything beyond repair. As long as you are breathing, there is room for me to move in your life. Archangel Michael smiles over you, not in pity but in honor. Heaven honors endurance. Heaven honors the kind of faith that keeps walking through dark valleys. You may not feel strong, but you are standing, and that matters more than you know. You have endured things that would have broken others completely. Your resilience is precious in heaven's sight. You are still here because your role in the story of others is not finished. There are people you will encourage, even unknowingly, simply by being yourself. There are lives you will touch with a word, a gesture, a message, a moment of kindness. There are hearts that will feel less alone because you existed. Do not underestimate the quiet impact of your presence. Your existence is not a mistake, and your influence is not as small as you think. I am inviting you deeper into trust, not blind trust that ignores reality, but anchored trust that walks with me through reality. You are allowed to bring me your questions, your doubts, your fears. You are allowed to say, I am struggling, without losing your place in my heart. You do not have to wear a mask with me. I know you already. I understand you fully. I love you completely. Let this message be a turning point inside you. Let it be the moment where you stop agreeing with the lie that you are forgotten. Let it be the moment where you begin to see delay as preparation, struggle as shaping, and survival as proof that purpose still breathes within you. You are not behind, you are in process. You are not abandoned, you are guided. You are not unwanted, you are deeply desired by the one who made you. Archangel Michael stands as a witness to what is spoken over you today. You are seen, you are guarded, you are remembered, and your name is active in heaven. Nothing can erase you from my attention. Nothing can push you out of my hand. Nothing you face can separate you from my love. Breathe now, and let these words settle into your spirit. You are not an afterthought. You are not a forgotten file in the cabinet of eternity. You are one of my beloved. And I will finish what I began in you. Walk forward from this moment knowing, heaven is not done with you. Your story is still unfolding, and I, your God, am writing it with care, with purpose, and with love that does not end.